successfully shown that you should take one of their jobs?
I think I've shown whether or not I actually belong on the show, just simply because I can communicate with both of them and actually be some form of entertaining. That's how I feel.
Right. I guess my follow-up to that would be like, you guys have made no money, so is the show entertaining?
I hope it is. They've been telling us for a while they wanted us to stop arguing with each other. And we're quite honestly, we were tired of it too. We couldn't take it anymore. Right. It's not like we can't crash out at each other every day. We'll get nothing done. The show will get canceled. Like it's a waste of everyone's damn time for us to crash out at each other every single day.
Did you guys like make any money when you were arguing with each other?
Not really.
Yeah, we did.
It's kind of irrelevant then, right? You guys weren't making any money doing that. You were making money with the fun stuff, but now
we were getting views. We were getting people to come watch when we were crashing out at each other.
Yeah. You're not keeping them, right? Like the point is to drag them to the channel and keep them there somehow. So like you had the views.
I don't have the answers, brother. I don't.
No, I know. That's why we're having a conversation, right? That's why we're having a conversation about it. I have to have this conversation with you, right?
Rastov, you are in.
I'm the guy who's gonna be like, bro, what the fuck happened?
Right. Rastov, you're in the group chat, right, for the docket. My feelings about the show are in there.
Right. Can you say what your feelings about the show are out loud?
It's boring.
True. It wasn't. It used to be funny, but you guys have leaned like 90% into the tech. And like, what did we learn? No one gives a shit about the tech.
Yep.
No one.
Right.
Otherwise, it would just be Gutsu and CD, and it would be great.
Fine. You know what? Fine. Shutting it all off. Fine. We're done.
Yeah.
Well.
All right. Fine. Off the screen. Did you want to see it? Too bad. You don't get to see it now. It's all gone.
CD, he's not.
We had a bunch of things we want to talk about Summer Games Festival. You don't get to hear them today. Did you want to know our opinions about what games we're looking for? Too bad. Screw you. You don't get to hear them today.
CD, come on, man. Don't take it personally. He's just trying to help us, man.
No. This is fine. He should hear how he feels, right? One's in the chat if you were looking forward to hearing about the game stuff. One's in the chat. Come on, guys.
Yeah. One's in chat, guys. Come on, y'all.
Come on. One's in the chat. I want to see how many of you are really fucking keen on hearing about this game stuff. Oh, we got one.
Yep, we got one. We got 0. We got a 4. We got a 0. We got a wall. 0.
Oh, we got another. CJ's my friend.
1.
CJ, yeah.
2.
4,
1, but not really.
5.
CD crashing.
You got more people taking the piss than you do actually like interested, right? Like.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So.
Tell me how you feel, because I didn't jump up here to be a dick, right? I jumped up here because I genuinely
I don't know how to feel. I was brought on to do a tech talk show, right? There has to be an appropriate amount of tech here. If everyone's coming because they want to see all the crazy antics, then tech doesn't exist. Our show might as well get renamed, and the entire concept might as well get thrown out the window.
Do you think that you're the tech drawer on the show? No, you're not. Glammy's the tech drawer because she knows dick. No, I'm being truthful. She knows nothing about tech, and that's why it's funny. And you know nothing about, like, you know.
Fine, then she can then every day going forward, she can plan around something that she has no knowledge about, and she can ask me questions for 2 hours at a time.
I have been.
She can be like, hey, what's this thing today? We'll talk about this thing for 2 hours, and I'll explain that thing in great detail because she knows nothing about said thing.
So
was Glammy
draw, right?
Was Glammy
stupid, right?
Was she's what stupid?
Tech stupid.
All right, just clarifying. All right, because I just heard stupid, and I was like,
not that she's stupid. She's tech stupid. She's tech illiterate. I'm sorry. Let's use tech illiterate. That's more politically
correct. All right, so what made the money on the show, right? Because like I hate talking about money, but this is a job, and you have to treat it like one.
What made the money on the show is all the things that have nothing to do with the theme of the show, which is why it got frustrating. What made the money was all the things that have to do with all the things I'm uncomfortable talking about.
But that's why I kept talking about
it. Hold on. It's all the things that got you noticed by Keem and noticed by all the other hosts and started all the conversations. Yeah, all the conversations that ended up being like, shit, CD's way too good for this show. Like all of the things that let your funny personality come out that people paid to see because they enjoyed it when you did it. And I don't want you to sit there and tell me that you didn't like it because I could fucking pull up any goddamn stream and see the fucking smile on your face where you enjoyed doing it after the fact.
Agreed.
Right? You might have felt uncomfortable. But that rush that you got of everybody fucking singing your praises and making money for it, I could see it in your face. You love doing it.
It made me happy that I was just getting stock in this universe, that I was finding a rhythm, and that the chances of me getting kicked out of the universe were lowering every day. That's what I took joy in, because every day I wake up just wondering when the last day is going to be.
So I know this video is late, so I do apologize. All the stuff I have is basically everything from Friday stream to technically it's Saturday. Now the reason I'm late is because most of Friday, besides making obviously Thursday video, I got pretty busy throughout most of the day, so I couldn't really go around and get clips. Saturday, right? Mind you, I'm recording this at 1:29. I was mostly asleep. Could I go back? Oof. And decided to just start clipping and start getting this video ready. So, and most of Saturday I was busy and things just happened. So I'm unable to really, as you can say, get a video out Saturday. So I do apologize. So everything we are watching it again from Friday stream to Saturday, and we're starting off with Tech Talk. I'm probably gonna name this video as like, I want 24 hours of lolcowlive content. I don't know. I'll make up some funny title for it, but we're gonna start with Tech Talk. And oh my god, whoever this guy is, Witsu or Husu, whatever his name is, some weeaboo ass name. He is something. So throughout the stream, he is drinking, he's taking shots. Apparently, people were paying $10-$20. I think it was like $10 per shot, and at one point he was just downing shot after shot. And I'm here like, oh man, this man drinking straight whiskey. I don't know how you even do that. And I'm here like, this could be way worse than I thought. And it got pretty bad at one point, to the point where I was just like, this won't end well. And it did not end well, right? Because what ended up happening was both Glammy and CD-ROM were given the option to, kick him out. And they both said yes. And it's resulted in a crash out that went all the way into Cafe. Yeah, the guy particularly needs some help. I don't know what his life is. I don't know what his life is outside of YouTube, right? Like you never know what somebody's going through, right, throughout their life, and so on and so on. But this man needs some help, because apparently he decided later on to wipe their docket, because I believe he was the only member of the docket team, or at least a member, right? I think because from what I understand, Tech Talk has a very small docket team, which really they don't need a big one, and he decided to delete it. And then later on, apparently he threatened Glammy, or it was sort of a joke or a prank, whatever, that he was going to create a website and then make Glammy download something with what made her download malware. Obviously, I don't know how smart the guy is. Later on, obviously, when we get into live, they get into it a little bit. Whether or not he's lying that he's incapable of doing that or not, there's probably a bunch of free. There's probably people who can teach him really easily. Okay, let's move on.
Last time.
Good luck.
Oh man, yeah, good
you wanna
luck.
you want to know the kind of guy I am? Watch this. Hey, Gutsu, I'm not saying you did this, but if you did, like, screw you. Seriously, honestly and truly, screw you. I don't appreciate anybody messing with the show, but I'll still play a game of Doom with you later. Okay? So that's like, I'll let me crash out at you first, because don't mess with my freaking show. Like, I'm tired of saying this out loud. Like you saw what you saw how I started treating Becky when she messed with our show. So I'm gonna give you that. If you did this, which I'm not saying you did, but if you did, this is the same treatment you're gonna get for a while. Don't mess with my show. Don't mess with our show. Like, just, why is this so hard? Don't mess with our freaking show.
You can go back real quick. You can go back and look at like previous versions, and you can see who edited it. So, because I had to do that.
I know the icons. It just says anonymous.
Yeah, we kept seeing anonymous icons. So I don't know how to look into it
Oh.
further.
I got you. Well, you can at least get your previous version to where you had all your stuff and copy it. You know what I mean? So you can at least do that. So, but I get what you're saying.
The undo thing. It was just the weirdness factor for me. It was just weird.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I want to say on it, because I don't want to say any more without proper evidence. I don't know if we'll ever get it.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to accuse. I just thought it was weird.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was a little
What
odd.
I said applies to anybody else. Don't mess with my freaking show. I don't go out of my way to mess with yours. Don't mess with ours.
Well, we don't know if he did it on purpose, but I'm just saying it was weird. That was it.
I think he's saying just generally, just for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not usually wiped like that. We usually have stuff still on it, so I don't know. I watched it get wiped before my eyes. I don't know.
It's just gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll leave y'all
That's
to
pretty
it.
much it. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for checking in on us, guys. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I guess we could have stayed in Studio A. My bad.
It's musical studios.
Yeah, I swear. I thought we were gonna leave and they were gonna say she could talk. Right? That's my bad. But
groups. They'll go back in. They'll go somewhere.
Straight up. All right, Studio D, let's go. They need to fix that, by the way. Move Studio D up under C. Like, it's so weird, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
So that's the story. Evidently, Gutsu could have potentially sabotaged the show. Hopefully, he didn't. But
I don't know. I don't think he's the type to do that because like Gutsu, he's a cool guy. Like I've talked to him a lot, gotten to know him a good bit throughout my time here. So like I like Gutsu, I like CD, I like Lammy, so that's why I wanted to like hear from all of them, you know what I mean? To kind of like, like hash it out and like, like come together, but it doesn't always happen sometimes, but I hope that they can
Gutsu's
work
in
it out
waiting.
eventually.
Gutsu's in waiting.
Oh, he's in waiting? Oh shit! Oh shit! Come on, bring him up.
This is all you. Okay, this is all you. This is all you. You ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Gutsu Whatsu. What's up, brother?
Gutsu, good morning.
Hi, Avatar Aang. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you? I wanted to hear your side of this fucking story because I don't know if you just saw, but we were talking to CD and Glammy, and they were saying that they didn't have any ill intentions whenever it came to whatever happened on TikTok with you leaving. But I wanted to hear your side of it and hear like your thoughts and feelings. So, can you tell us what happened?
All right, so you obviously know the fact that I was basically put on. Rastov comes onto the show. They vote me. They vote. He asks them specifically, "How do you feel about Gutsuwatsu? How do you feel?" They vote me off. Okay. But I'm the one who I'm the one who works on their docket team most often. I'm the one who writes a lot of these topics, work on quizzes, stuff like that. So how am I supposed to react?
1 second.
Am I
please.
supposed? Yes, absolutely.
Skepticize super chatted $19.99.
Also-
Morning fam.
TTS.
Sorry I didn't pay Kira stuff held me hostage lol with a name change. Love you both, have a good
Yeah, and throughout Cafe, he starts to have a crash out. He starts to freak out. He starts to go a little apey. All right, he goes a little crazy, a little bit mad. Which I found pretty hilarious in my eye. I thought it was pretty funny, right? That this guy is crying and aping about that he got kicked off of TikTok. Let's be fair, TikTok is not doing well. I mean, it technically is doing better than Test, but that's because of the situation with Test and everything that happened, especially with Grim being, more or less fired. This guy needs some real help. He's crashing out and he's drunk this late. Like, it'd be different if they did a show later on the day and it was like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and they decided, oh yeah, let's just get drunk, right? That's fine, whatever, I don't really care. But dude, that early in the night, like, I get it if you're like, oh, you're partying all night and you just keep on drinking because what else there to do, but like, you're drinking that late on a Thursday and you're having a crash out. There's something very wrong. And apparently in live he would even tell them that I'm going to go see a therapist. Apparently he doesn't have a lot of friends. He has a girlfriend, good on him for that, but like crazy people in the LCU. I'll tell you what.
No, because that's not even. I'm talking about like real fucked up shit. Real.
He said, "Come to Dubai and let a camel shit on your chest."
No.
No, it's the camels. No,
Not the camels. Leave the camels out of this.
No, I knew that girls were getting flown out to get shot on, but I thought it was like human fecal matter. Sorry, no.
I like how that's the thing that broke Pupstar all this time.
Yeah.
Megan C's Welcome to Ban World.
Oh my
No,
god.
is this real, bro? Are you shitting me? No pun.
It happens. It happens.
No, the camel.
That's disturbing.
I thought it was just like Saudi daddies like shitting on bitches.
Saudi
Like,
daddies?
bro,
Excuse me? Run it back? Rewind?
Hey, I'm sorry. That oil and gas money go crazy. What can I say?
If you a Saudi daddy and you want Pupstar, message me. I'm just kidding. I'm pimping you out.
No, do not slime me out to think that you're gonna shit on me, bitch. I'll shit on you verbally. Fuck no, that's crazy. Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, can we talk about? There's. I'm so sorry.
Somebody
She's gonna have a connection.
She is going to have a connection.
Yeah.
I malfunctioned. I just thought of like Scat did shit porn, then how I know someone
Corn.
who posted porn that
Jesus Christ. Mr. Boom Boom Pow sent 5 Lolcow Dolls gifted memberships. Thank you so much. If you got a gifted membership, remember to say thank you. So I love when there's silence and I look down and see everyone has a horrified face except for Popstar.
No, in a Discord, so can I say this, bro? Can I say this? I don't know if I can say this. I know it's controversial. Can I say this?
Censored.
I need to get this on my chest.
TOS. Think of
I
TOS.
saw someone in the Discord server. I saw someone in the Discord server post a video. They did this many times. They kept posting their own shit, and they took their shit and they made a symbol that shouldn't be made that references a time period that we all know what I'm referencing that you don't talk about, and they made that sign, and then out of their own fecal matter, and then they said it smells. Ooh, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so
Crap,
mad.
even
I
looking
was so
up.
mad. That shit was on my screen.
That was obviously in your server. That was in your server because that is not allowed anywhere near the LCU.
No, it was in this other server, like this chick who owns it, bro. I don't know. She was one of the mods. Like, she would let him do this, bro. He would do this. He would keep posting his fucking poop in the channel, bro. And she wouldn't like delete that shit. I love, bro, because like that was.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I have no words for that. Some people need serious help.
So the other idea that I have, you know those like collars that have like the little pink bone on it that like you could like put it in your mouth? That is another thing that we can do, so you never talk again, so I never have to hear anything of the sort like this topic ever.
Bro, he made the no symbol with his own shit, bro. Like what, bro? That's the day that, bro. I shit you not. Please stop talking about shit
against you. Really bad.
I left the internet. Like I took a break from Discord after seeing.
I want to take a break from you. We should see other people, Popstar.
Take a break. You guys are co-hosts. You guys
want to see the people?
together.
You want to see the people? You want to see the people?
Are you guys gonna break up? That's sad.
You're gonna get a divorce,
baby. Clean Star.
Who? Come closer to the mic.
This is Clean Star.
Clean Star?
We don't talk about anything not clean. PG Star.
As clean as your forehead? That bitch shiny as a bit.
Girl, cause let me fucking tell you something. What about it, girl? I got a big brain. It has to fit in my cranium. I have a very
cranium.
My brain is very violated, so it increases my processing speed, and that's why I'm so quick with it. And that is a signifier of intelligence. Fun fact, that's why I'm so smart.
A small head is a
quit being an attention whore, Batgirl. Now that you're bald, how far back do you go whenever you wash your face?
Whenever I wash my face, like all the way up to like where my hairline is.
You might
so,
like
I get
all the
whole
moisturizer and stuff for your face, just all over your scalp, because you can finally reach it to put it on.
Right. I want to do like a Megamind cosplay. When Popstar was talking about Big Brain, that gave me that idea because I have a bald head now. Do Megamind, paint myself blue.
You should just paint your whole face blue. It's not
Blue Man Group. That'd be hard.
Yes, I know. Oh my god, those guys are iconic.
My music teacher would let us watch that every Friday.
You can do a minion too. You can do a minion.
Oh my god. There's so many things I can do.
Buff said that he loves you now that you're bald like him.
Wait, Buff?
Yeah, you said that.
You can join the BBC. Wait, you're not Buff.
Yeah.
Bald. What's another B word? Bald baddie crew.
Yeah.
No, bald baddie co-host.
Yeah, bald baddie co-host.
Coalition. Wait, coalition. The bald baddie coalition.
I like that.
Wait. Then Buff should probably do like the same thing. Buff baddie co-host, and he should do like the really long nails, and he should like put on a wig. I think that would be like.
Ooh,
oh my gosh! Yeah.
You know he would kill it. I told him in the chat the other day. I said you should have been on Broadway. His acting is impeccable.
His nails are so long he has to clap like this.
So, not much really happened around dolls. At least not behind. At least what we saw, but behind the scene there was a lot going on. I'm gonna cover that on their Saturday stream that they had on Saturday, because this is technically Sunday as I'm recording it, and this would be released Sunday, so all the stuff for the weekends won't come out till Monday, so I do apologize. But they brought up TOS when it's coming to Popstar, and in my honest opinion, I think in a way I feel like Popstar will become another Grimm, right, or another Twiggy situation where they are borderline breaking TOS. But the problem is, like, unlike, let's say, Twiggy, who, you know, what is it? I believe one of those, I think with the second or third stream of Ozzy, like, literally got one of the stream taken down because it broke. Well, not that it broke TOS, but it was borderline breaking TOS. Popstar is sort of in that same boat where I believe rather than her own actions, it's gonna be her own word. And they bring this up quite a bit on Saturday, and I think it's kind of showing that Popstar may end up becoming a liability down the line due to just the way she talks, her mannerism, and sort of just her general motif in the way she thinks as a person will eventually cause some beef, right? Some strife. Plus, given how young she is, mind you, Popstar is only 19, and she gives out that strong 19-year-old vibe. And I think also from what I understand, because behind the scenes she was doing some interesting stuff on the Discord, fighting with people and so on. I think that eventually a lot of it's gonna kind of collide into her eventually breaking TOS, which would result in them taking a stream off of Dolls. Because during the whole Grim situation, she made some reference to Kanye West. He had already made some reference to certain race things. And to most people, they don't care. Like, if you're in the LCU, politics is the one thing you don't generally give a shit about. And the reason I say that is because most people just watch a lot of the LCU content not for political stuff, but just because, hey, this is a variety of different shows in this particular network. Dolls just happen to be the show that is very much focused on gossip, basically what Queens is meant to be. Which is also something important to talk about, because is Popstar the next Becky? A part of me wants to say yes. I think Popstar is sort of the next Becky, but worse, and probably more entertaining, and her crash outs will end up becoming much more volatile, where I feel like with Becky crash out, a lot of them are tame and they're more in control in playing out, where I feel like Popstar crash outs are much more volatile, but will also be very silent. What I mean by that, like the stream on Thursday, you could probably tell internally she was crashing out. Externally, she put in a facade of a stoic person. And apparently on the Discord, she has already crashed out on multiple people, which is not a good thing. But just like Becky, I do think that she is going to end up bringing the views and the donations. But I feel like unlike Becky, who was able to garner a whole bunch of sympathy, I don't think Popstar is not that she's not capable. It's just the way she is just going to turn off people who are already sympathetic towards her, and that's not a good thing. Because with Becky, because she was gassed up, right, and the whole Becky gang started out as sort of a meme thing, as a joke thing at first. I would even say the Becky gang thing, right, actually was sort of the beginning of the split among the shows and getting their own separate chat and their own separate VC, right? I have a feeling that Popstar's not going to get that. And even if Keem wanted to gas her up, I think she's too much of a liability. And I feel like in a situation like this, Wings may actually be a help, but I doubt that's ever going to happen. Oh boy. Let's move on.
I told you what happened.
I'm not, look, until Michelangelo gets up here and we really got him to come up and talk about it. I actually would like, good God, that man isn't waiting right now.
Here with great speed is Mr. Michelangelo to talk about what happened last night.
Hi, buddy. You're muted.
I don't think he expected us to pull him on that fast, to be fair.
Bro, when did you shave your face? Yeah, we still can't hear you.
Hello.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Hello.
My microphone was unplugged.
Oh no! No. No. I heard you did an oopsie. I heard you did an oopsie no yesterday. Did someone do an oopsie no?
Yeah.
So, oh my God! One's in the chat if you want me to hear what he said. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if you think I want to hear what he had to say. Because I'm really excited about this. And by the way, we're not talking about this shit. Michelangelo, we're going to sit up here and vamp a little bit until we get to at least 100 likes. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, People are getting real lazy with that like button. I'm real fucking disappointed.
I know.
Like the stream.
No, hold on real quick. Do I have to come up there? Do I have to get motherfucking mad about some shit? Huh? Come on.
And we have degrees freed right now. Should I lock them up?
No. Let's after what happened last night, let's not cause any segregation, okay? That's not good. I don't think that add.
Epic Brady super chatted $19.99. Purple flip, come and goon for Buffett makes him feel good in all the right ways. You should hear what he says about you private. Let's just say I've heard cleaner fanfics.
That's not an innocent meow. That's Meow, the cat who just did wrong.
I feel like I need to cover myself more. I feel like I need a shower. Fuck it. Oh my God, I dressed like it. I was asking for it. Pray the gray away, everybody. May the people be gifted. May the people be fruitful. And by the way, you know what? Really quick, while we're waiting on the fucking people to like hit that fucking like button, like it talk shit about their mama or their race, depending how they feel about the situation going on. But we're number 3 now.
Yeah, we are number 3 now.
We're only off by like 400.
I know. We gotta push. We gotta push to get back to 2.
But we
and
don't
keep the
e-bag.
3rd spot.
How are we gonna do this?
My mother super chatted $19.99. Happy Friday, hot dog emoji.
Happy Friday, Bailey.
Remember when I used to do that?
Oh yeah, that's true. When you didn't know what I was doing with this, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know what the fuck this bitch is doing, but
now
I'm
it
just
makes
gonna do
sense.
this.
Now it makes so much
Oh,
sense.
now it's a literal fucking habit. Now it's a literal like ingrained into me. Like it gets to a point where you just don't fucking understand. But no, like no, we got to figure out how we're gonna e-bag like how like Queens and shit does. Because like legit, like don't get me wrong, me and you have our online spats. We get a little bit of disagreements. I either get a little spurgy, you get a little like what? Wait, what did you say? And it happened.
I could get drunk like Becky.
I got sake and Mrs. Weed went to go get more alcohol because she I dropped my alcohol. I got really fucked up on the VC and I dropped my bottle of Jameson.
How much did you have left in it when you dropped it?
Enough. Enough. Not like a whole or half a bottle, but enough. If you're an alcoholic and you pick up a bottle and shake it and you're like, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
But no, for real, that like let's just talk about this because we had Miss Tina D talk about how we were just kind of lucky, you know, kind of pushing away. Like I love Tina.
Again, it was like a double down. It was like she's like, yeah, let me just.
So, for Thursday clip, Thursday video with, I did need to use a clip for Friday. So rather than reusing the same clip, I'm gonna use a different clip to illustrate not exactly the same point I made from that video, but a very different point. So Buff, if you're not aware, Nightmare had to take down the stream because sort of a bit of a not racist remark, but more of a stereotypic remark, you know, with black people, right? You know what I mean? And Nightmare, coming from England, to be fair, is not, he's not aware of those type of things in England or in Europe, right? Maybe they have their own stereotype, but it's not the same way in America, right? And a lot of black Americans like to play into the stereotype at the joke, and to a point where most people don't really take it serious when they do that, or even when white people do, or any other people do it. But there are still a very, very, very vocal minority, pun unintended, you know, not pun, but you know what I'm trying to say, that do take that kind of stuff as very offensive in America. And you would think that one Buff we would be that because of him being that. To be fair, in the past he has accused of people being kind of racist, but that's not here or now. Basically, one Buff we didn't really care, and he admitted a number of times that he partaken in those kind of humor. But said, "Hey, more power to you. I'm not here to judge that." But what I am here is to say is that I think they weren't trying to be too harsh on Nightmare. I just think what it is that because of Michelangelo, I think they were more sympathetic towards him because Nightmare had to kick him out because he was freaking out. Now, mind you, Nightmare later come on at the clip I showed on Friday's video. For Thursday stream, because again their stream got shut down, or you know what I'm trying to refer to, right? I'm not trying to be long-winded and trying to ramble, but ultimately, later on, Nightmare would come in and give his side, and even Rastov actually sided with Nightmare because, given the crap that Tess has gone through and everything that they have experienced, you can't blame them for trying to play it safe. And me personally, I don't really hold that against them. Or why would I actually? What would they care? What I'm trying to say is that on Bob's side, I understand where he's coming from, and and hey, I'm perfect. I'm the same way. I like making that type of humor. At the same time, and this is more of a broader thing, because of the test situation and the stuff with Queens and Milkers, and them kind of making race over remarks, even though they weren't, but you know what if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And Keemstar and YouTube being the way it is, it's a no-no. And they all kind of accept the fact that you can't make those jokes for obvious reasons. And they basically would break TOS, or at least on YouTube. So because of that, they kind of came to the realization of, was Nightmare overblown? Was it overblown? Yes. At the same time, given everything else that has happened, and later on even Keem was just like, why would they make these jokes? It all kind of like, you can't blame Nightmare. If this wasn't the case, let's say that no one was making any racial remark. Let's say Keem wasn't doing the whole suspensive thing. The Grim sub didn't happen, right? I don't think anybody would care as much, right? Even let's say, even the Michelangelo stuff didn't happen. I don't think anybody would have cared that much. And I can imagine Grim explaining to Nightmare that a lot of people, both blacks, white, whatever, in America, make stereotypic jokes all the time, where it's basically common, right? It is a common thing to do. And I think Nightmare, being the way he is, it doesn't get that too much. Or maybe he does, but it's more focused in Europe, right? Where it's more common to make more European stereotypic jokes, where in America it's a little different. So I can't blame Nightmare for freaking the hell out. But easily he probably should have took a moment and be like, wait a minute, I'm gonna still shut the stream down. Or maybe he should have ended the stream then and there. Maybe that would have been the better part. I mean, he did apologize to Michelangelo about that, and Michelangelo understood it. But also, again, when we get into live, and I'll hold this part till we get to live. So let's move on.
Talk to people that don't donate.
Like, you can't, like, I can't be in the middle of a sentence, and then you're like, oh, thanks for the $2.
All you're gonna say is what a piece of shit I am and how I'm exposed. Go ahead.
Like, listen, it just disrupts the show. Only 20s or higher, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna be just thanking donos the whole time.
No, for $10, I'm gonna thank them. I love Tina and Roxy. They were great last night on Queens. Thank you so much.
You did it again.
Yes, I'm gonna keep doing it. You're not gonna tell
He's
me.
lying. You guys were not good together.
Roxy, listen. Anybody in the chat that wants to hear Mike sing a sad song and maybe he can go cry and some tissues, donate. Donate.
Do it. What's that song? What song is it?
It wasn't the thing Monsters by James Blunt.
Oh, he does a great job with that song. I cry when he sings motherfucker, and I don't cry for shit.
I never heard it.
I don't know if I've ever sang that song to you.
You did.
Well,
I was yelling at you because what you were doing to your fucking wife and kids. It's in your fucking blood, motherfucker.
Aw, DJ, welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know we're only 6 subscribers away from 10K, Mike? That's another celebration. That's awesome.
After egos, use all 6 of them and get it up to 10K. That's what a real boss does.
Use all 6 what? I don't have no other accounts.
You better make some. That's what everybody does on YouTube. Why the fuck you late?
Oh, Jesus.
You know, you're talking about, I'm not your son. You're not my father. Why do you want me to sing that?
You do a great job with it. It makes me feel like my dad's here.
Why? It hasn't been gone.
I don't know, man. Shit, my dad walks around the house at night.
No, Tina, that's Albert sneaking food to his bedroom.
He doesn't have to. He's got a refrigerator in there. Hugh Hefner has a fucking fridge in his room and a fucking skillet and a fucking thing to make fucking bacon and sausage in there.
You call him Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, Hugh Hefner. I died the other day when she said that. Fucking Hugh Hefner. Nikki Combs, welcome to Cash Cow. Nikki, thank you so much. Nikki is the one that Becky still never sent the jacket to. That's how it all started in this part.
And I'll take care of it for Becky.
Nikki, do you guys know?
Nikki, go in BC after this and I'll get your information.
Hold on.
A Mac Talkin' Smack super chatted $19.99. Sing a sad song. You have the voice of an angel, Michael.
Jesus. I don't agree. Okay, I don't agree.
As much as I can't stand this fat fuck, he does have a good voice. He does.
I'm gonna be very real with you. Most of Milker, which complete dog shit and boring as hell. To the point where watched a little bit of Milker in between, and then I kind of fast forward the stuff I needed, and I realized that it wasn't even worth just going through. So most of Milker that I remember was just general boring stuff. It wasn't even that like interesting, or people were freaking out. It was just boring, and most of it was just beginning part of it was just Roxy complaining that she wanted Tina on to help, and like Mike was like no, and then it just evolved. Then eventually Tina came on, then Mike came on, and then they left because Roxy's covering for Becky because of her sick relative. And then after that, it just whatever. It was whatever. It was a whatever stream. Not important. Let's move on.
Would you agree that we've done nothing to you to try to make you feel like we were going to backstab you? Because I'm pretty certain that I've treated you with utmost respect and thanks for the entire time I've been here.
No, I will say this. I've tried my best. I've gone through some of the most stressful fucking moments in my entire life for the past fucking month, and I still stuck around for y'all.
Oh my god! We're watching the making of a supervillain! A supervillain! This is amazing! Oh my
Dude,
god.
I feel like the fucking Gatsu right now. This is fucking bullshit, dude.
Oh my god, chill out, Rastov. Jesus. I mean, how many times am I gonna get...
No, I'm a little bit stressed because you gave me this fucking job and you didn't tell me that people were fucking stupid!
Oh.
You kind of volunteered, honestly.
Oh, community manager. Yeah, you are dealing with a lot right now.
You know,
what
you
would
didn't
make
know that people were stupid. Surprise, surprise.
You know what would make your job a lot easier?
What's that?
If you were respected. You want to know why you're not respected? Because you're not American.
And we
I felt fucking no, listen.
Listen
Listen to what I have to say. Just listen to what I have to say. And I feel fucking betrayed. I am a fucking.
This is
we both have
amazing.
thanked you for that. Not only that, we have.
No.
This is amazing! Oh my god, this is cinema! This is cinema! This bro is acting like his family members, his immediate family members, just got murdered. But the actual truth is, he was on a show as a volunteer, and they no longer want him on. This is cinema! Oh my god!
Just shut the fuck up, please. I worked my ass off. I'm fucking exhausted. I am overslept. I put my fucking physical body through torture.
Nobody asked you to do that.
No,
you
I
offered
did
to
it
do
because
that.
I cared. I did it because I wanted to show you I cared.
Okay, but if
No, listen. Let's just listen.
Yo, the breakup is real! Oh my god, the breakup is real. Boogie, what are you thinking in this moment right now?
I'm thinking this is the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen in my life. This is like Gutsu Watsu is clearly one of those people that like I would meet in a magic tournament and eventually have to throw out.
Reminder, Keen said to Rastov on day 1 of community management, you won't have any problems with nerd or test. Oops.
Fucking true! Literally the next day! And it's been nothing but since!
Bro, this is amazing. Like, can I get W's in the chat if this is the best clip we've ever watched, bro? Like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen this yet.
And
That's crazy.
I feel disrespected. I feel like I felt like I wasn't cared about. And I'm done because
You felt I did everything I could to show you that I appreciated you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a direct result of working on the docket team for Glammy Lammy, ladies and gentlemen. If you are on the docket team for Glammy Lammy, this is how you're going to end up.
Until
Good
you
luck,
didn't get
Gina.
your
No,
way, and then you acted like you were being appreciated.
hyperventilating.
He's hyperventilating! Boogie! He's hyperventilating! Oh my god, the docket guy, the intern on Talk Tech, is hyperventilating over this. What the fuck?
I feel bad. I feel so bad.
I don't feel bad at all. This is
This is the greatest clip I've ever seen, ever. This is the greatest clip in the LCU history. Oh my god.
Big Zebo 25 super chatted $19.99. He sounds like a male version like Grammy.
For the most part, live was whatever. Mostly, it was them not bullying, but just them messing with Rasta because Rasta was coming to America. They went into a little bit of the glammy with the Rushu situation and the situation with Michelangelo, and they even confronted or whatever his name. I don't know his name. I'm not gonna pronounce it right, and I just don't care. Even though it's gonna be brought up a few times, it basically boiled down to, the guy needs help. The guy needs to touch the grass, because I do think the weirdest part, and I'm gonna say it, the LCU has a tendency to attract a lot of interesting people, a lot of interesting characters, whether or not they are entertainment. Whether or not they have the potential to be entertaining or entertainer is a different question altogether. It's just they have the tendency to attract these kind of people, which is really what I'm kind of getting into, is that this individual is interesting on the grounds of just the way he is, the way he's acting, and the way he is just kind of going about life. And whether or not I feel bad for him, which I kind of do feel bad for him, it's not really my point. It's more of, I think this dude needs Jesus, and I think this dude maybe needs to get off the internet and maybe not interact with the LCU, because it's probably not good for his health. And if he is streaming and making a docket this late into the day and into the night, that is not good for his mental health. Especially if the show is not making money, it doesn't help. Now onto the whole the Michelangelo thing. As I mentioned before, one of the reason why Keem kind of let it slide on this end, but he also understood what Nightmare did was probably the right thing. That Michelangelo is autistic. He is very autistic. I'm not being an asshole when I'm saying that he is autistic. Everybody has called him autistic. Truthfully though, even with that, I think that depending on the people who would watch that clip, and depending on even more of the situation, people are gonna be like, that's not an excuse. And I would say that always would be the truth, is that, well, not that that's whether or not it's an excuse. Well, whether or not it's excusable because of his disability, it's a different question. Though I think that probably it's gonna add into it more now that I'm saying it out loud. So maybe disregard that. But my point is that a lot of people are gonna be like, doesn't matter. He says something, and people are gonna take offense. Again, I don't care about these type of jokes or humor, especially where I live. It's very common for everybody to make this joke, white, black, Asian, whatever, and it's very common here to make stereotype of everybody. So it's kind of just whatever in my eye, and I grew up with this kind of humor. But I also understand that a lot of people will rip this guy a new asshole because they don't care, and a part of me feels bad for him on that front. But I also know that in the end of the day, it's really not my end of the day. He's gonna have to accept to take flack, which probably won't take too much flack anyway, because people are just gonna be like, this is a highly autistic guy who made a stereotypic racist joke. Okay, whatever, let's move on. It's not as serious as it is because people don't really care as much, but at the same time, you never know on the internet, and you never know how things are gonna change. Today people don't care. Tomorrow he can be canceled. So there's that to think about. Let's move on into
CD and me. There's nothing personal. I told you that it wasn't personal. You said you understood, and now you're mad. Like,
no, I'm not mad, dude. I'm not mad at you two. I fucking get it. You're gonna no. Listen to me. I'm not mad at you two. I fucking get it. Why you're gonna defend each other? I get it. You want me to tell you what I want to do personally? I want to be a third fucking host. I'm willing to fucking be a beating backer at this point, be the fucking boogie of the fucking group. Because I'm willing to fucking take it.
okay, but the show's come down.
It reeks of desperation that drives me insane.
He's willing to be the boogie. You know that, right? He's willing to be the boogie. Can you imagine? He's willing to be the most talented one in the group. That's awesome.
Well, he got a long road ahead of him. So he goes there, then he spurts out. Then we have Cafe. All right?
Uh-oh.
Yes, Cafe. Yes, Cafe. Hold on. Let me go to the timestamp that I need. Go.
All right, so it got pretty... They have 4 hours on TikTok. They have 4 hours on Cafe. He started drinking when he got fired. I heard he got pretty wasted.
He was drinking as he was up there.
Yeah.
He was drinking the whole time.
Yeah.
So here, this is where they find out that the docket got deleted. So Gutsu was on the docket team for Tech Talk. He got so angry, he deleted the docket that he worked on.
There's nothing negative about it as far as hatred. There's nothing awful about it. I think the guy's great. He said he was cool with it, and then he jumped back on, and then he said, whoa, you know what, I'm not, and he just blew everybody down, and then he said, but you know what, I'm going to still work on your docket, and we're like, oh, cool, thanks, man. And then he just said in our docket chat that he is going to take a break from the docket, and our docket is completely deleted.
It checks out.
Your docket's deleted?
I don't know if that's supposed to happen.
So,
So
hold
I'm
on.
not saying that.
So he deleted the docket. So then he calls in 3408. Now, this is my problem with him deleting the docket, and I'm not running with the fucking narrative. It was his work. He was allowed to delete it. You know what it shows? It shows you're a piece of shit that you would even do that. And it shows that I would never want to work with you because you would do that.
Whoa.
I understand it was your work, but you're still a piece of shit for the simple fact that you got so petty after you said you weren't going to take it personal that you would pull some emo shit like that. No, fuck you.
Whoa.
And I'll stand 10 toes down against anybody on that one. It shows what kind of person you are.
The world's spooky and strange, you know?
Facts.
Yeah, the world is your oyster.
So I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Did you sabotage the docket?
Yep.
Okay.
I did. And I'll own up to it.
Okay.
It was
I
on
felt hurt.
purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay, okay.
I absolutely did feel it. Absolutely fucking hurt. I apologize. I tried to own up to my mistakes about how I felt, and I felt terrible about a certain situation, and I felt like I got fucked in the ass. And I felt.
So now CD comes in here and CD goes in on his ass.
I don't care, George. I don't care. I felt hurt. I felt like I legitimately felt so emotional.
You want to know something?
Okay, here's my problem. I felt hurt. I felt so emotional. You weren't a host. You didn't get fired. You were an intern. He was trying to force himself onto Tech Talk.
Chris says gives off massive pick-me energy.
Yes, Chris, 100%. 100%. It's huge.
Keep in mind as well,
energy.
there's a fine line between Xylie's pettiness and Guts' sabotage, toxicity, pettiness.
There's a fine line. Has Xylie's pettiness ever caused her to sabotage anything? Xylie's pettiness usually causes her to sanitize with bringing things out into the light, right?
I wouldn't pull something like that. I would listen, if it was in a situation like that, I would think that I wouldn't do something like that because I would want to be able to get picked for a show and show that I'm still a team player, even though they didn't want me on the team anymore.
Yeah, Xylie's pettiness is like more.
All right, we're filing a rewind at 2 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this. Please, Jesus, save me. It's Sunday, actually, as I'm recording this now. We're almost done. Hopefully, this will be released some point early Saturday, Sunday morning. Point is that in Rewind, particularly, they were going over this situation with was it guy, and kind of making the point that other people were making about it. I forgot to mention that Keemstar was hyping him up just a little bit, like good old Keem does, which probably won't see the end of him. Rosalie mentioned that it was like kind of fucked up and that, you know, she'll never work with a person like that. I agree with her. And then later on, they had Batgirl. Let's move on. I know I'm trying to get through this because towards the end of the session of streams, particularly in tests and tech talk, a lot of some things happened. You could say something did happen.
Australian steak Riz Twiggy.
It didn't play. TTS isn't working.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you for supporting the show. Let me look at you. Damn, girl. I appreciate how you got all the way dressed up. Yeah, I see you have curves. I understand that you're working with what your mama gave you. I'm just trying to see if I could get a turn. You know, green's my favorite color. That hair lets me know that you went to probably a liberal arts school.
Liberal arts? You're wrong.
I know a bunch of different genders. I'm just trying to find out what yours is tonight.
I feel like that's offensive, especially since it's Pride Month. I don't think.
How's that offensive? To ask somebody's pronouns? You're not used to having colored hair and getting rizzed up, are you?
I guess
I'm not used to being a working man with a wrench. Obviously, I'm dressed up like this because I go into comment sections.
Well,
Clean them out.
What can I say? I'm attracted to men who know how to use their hands.
Yeah? Well,
yeah.
I'll just say that I've got a two-hander, so it takes a lot of lifting.
Would you like to elaborate on what that means?
My pee-pee big and heavy. What do you think about that?
And he unplugged his mic, guys. This is a common occurrence for our friend Steak here. Imagine if this happened while he was running OBS. Steak, what do you do if that happens while you're running OBS?
I just yell fuck.
Fuck. Nobody hears you.
Until the audio comes back. Well, I think... So you know how they say if a tree falls down in the middle of the woods, does it make a sound?
Yeah.
I raise a question. If a tree in the middle of the woods falls down and hits a mime, does anybody care?
I don't care.
Neither do I.
If you are pounding me in the woods and I'm screaming but nobody's around, does anybody hear it?
My ancestors would know.
What does that even mean? All right, continue rizzing me. I don't feel like they got their $20 worth. Come on.
That's because you didn't have headphones in the whole time.
I can still hear.
Hey, girl. You've got the jawline of the GI Joes that I used to play with as a kid.
I preferred Rescue Heroes. Sorry, bud.
Rescue.
Do you remember Rescue Heroes? Yeah.
That is such a weird, specific fucking callback, and it took me off my fucking spot for a second. What is the fucking? I said GI Joe. What's the movie about the action figures that come to life and they're evil?
Toy Soldiers.
Is that what it is? Where like the kid is actually like these toys are trying to murder this kid?
I believe it's like Toy Soldiers. I know what movie you're talking about. I don't remember the
It's
title.
Toy Soldiers.
Did
It's
you
Toy
Google it?
Soldiers.
Can you Google
Yeah.
Rescue Heroes for me? I don't want to like get rid of the TTS link.
No, I got it. I'm gonna pull them. I'll pull them both up.
Did you have Rescue Heroes as a child?
No, I did not have Rescue Heroes, but I
Your
remember
parents
them.
didn't love you.
No.
I'm trying to, like, hold on, let me fix my hairline real quick.
No,
Is that
they
too
don't.
much? Is that too much? Or maybe we should go down here.
I think you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, look, here's the Rescue Heroes. Yeah, no, my parents wouldn't have bought me this shit, bro. I got
Bro, click on
hand-me-down
Pete. Click
Legos.
on Pete. I think that's his name. I don't remember his name.
This
That
guy?
one. Yeah, that one. Bro,
This
that brings
fella?
back so many memories. What's that motherfucker's name?
Billy Blazes. You were so off. You were so fucking off. Yeah, we've got Billy Blazes. We've got
Oh, his name's Billy Blazes. Oh, bro, that brings me back. Also, for whatever reason, TTS is not working. I'm still working on it. All I have is the link, so I can't do anything else other than refresh the link.
I don't even know how to respond to this. I wish I knew how to respond to this. I feel like there's something I could respond to, yet there's almost nothing to respond to. Yeah, I wish I was drinking. I really wish I was drinking right about now because I feel like I could respond to this. Yet even if I did, it wouldn't mean anything. Just because just wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't mean anything. I don't know. It was a funny clip. It was just a regular old funny clip that I thought. Well, not a funny clip. What I'm trying to get at this whole particular set of stream on Ozzy was pretty funny to watch. Because they were just kind of a little bit dressing up like this, and all I thought was, I'm gonna walk away and not think about this. With that being said, I'm gonna move on to tests. That would be more beneficial.
I thought maybe Rastov did it.
I know, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Rastov,
I know.
I'm sorry if I...
Fucking... Alright, let's have a look. Let's get this up and let's see how we fucking go. I'm interested to see what they say because I have not seen this clip.
I'm gonna give you a warning. The end part, Pup talks about one of the Discord rules that's not allowed.
What do you mean?
She talks about feet pics.
Oh, wait, we can still have that mentioned. It's not showing a feed.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just warning.
Okay, no worries, I got you. All right, let's have a listen.
Yo,
I
I'm
got
not
mine from Walmart.
SSO Michelangelo. Legitimately, for one of the punishments for short bus, he put the wish list of his into the description. I'm pretty sure, or he pinned it or something. But the fact that he actually did that, he had balls. Nothing on that wish list was under $100 fucking. Nothing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Good. I respect his hustle. He said, "You're gonna donate. You're gonna buy something. You're gonna buy it. Come big.
True.
Come corrupt. Don't come at all."
He's bold.
He's like, shopping spree. But
He knows
also
who care about him.
Megs and C super chatted
Michelangelo,
$20.
start sending feet pics to the Discord.
Megs and C.
Oh, that's not bad to be fair. What do you think about that?
I makes me curious on who tipped off.
Well, they
Beans on
said
the-
that you put it in the main. You put it in the
No,
live
she-
chat,
she-
in the
she-
description. Or
Yeah,
actually-
yeah. Or she said pinned or in the description or
Wait,
something.
Did you actually put it in the description? Because like
No.
Because when I spoke,
I don't have those tools.
No, but like, did you actually put it in the live chat?
No, it was in DMs.
No, but like, did you put it in the live chat on afterwards, like on the first stream? Because I know the first stream with Grim getting fired, we didn't get to discuss it, but then I found out the second day before we were going to put it up.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I did that.
I don't
I
know.
think it was in DMs. Yeah,
mean-
but also that one part, she's saying everything was over 100. That wasn't true. That was fake news. There was like 3 or 4 things that was on it that were over 100, but not all of them were over 100.
Okay.
I had like the cheapest thing was the new Linkin Park album. It was like $12.
Okay. Do you think that would have been a good idea or a bad idea if we actually put it up though?
Probably bad. Yeah. Because Keem said no, so you probably would have got in trouble.
I
and then
wouldn't have
would've
because
been
you
like,
manned it, bro. Trust me, I ain't getting in trouble
Oh.
for shit this week.
Okay.
But no, it's good that we didn't put that up because it would have
Yeah.
left probably a bit of a poor taste in people's mouths. Like
Yeah.
Plus, you're taking money from the boss. He ain't gonna be happy. Bro.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be pleased.
Or Billy telling me to do a picture slide or whatever the stuff of my first paycheck when I'm not getting paid.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get. It's like I said, the wish list thing. It's a funny idea, but it's got to do an optics thing. You know what I mean? Gotta be
Yeah.
cautious
Well,
how you present it.
Juicy exclusive. The original idea that I didn't do that Rastov wanted me to do was to do a sex toy wish list.
Sex toy wish. That would have been funny, to be fair.
Okay, we're here. Believe it or not, this was Michelangelo's last day on good old Tess. Kind of felt bad for him just a little bit because, you know, I think maybe he should have deserved just a little bit more time. Besides that, really, there's not really much I can say until we get into our final clip, which is dealing with that whole thing. Yeah, there's not really much as I can say. Okay, we're almost towards the end, guys. One more.
What can we do for you today, boss?
Oh, nothing. I have to have a meeting with Nightmare and what we're gonna do on test. Maybe we should just do it here. Should we do it here? Make it exciting?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's go.
Beautiful. Good luck, guys.
What's going on your show?
We're playing tech talk because we're being CD's teaching me how to do tech things.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
we were working through something small at OBS. We were gonna try like a.
Yep, and it was all for the show.
Yeah, we were gonna play Super Seducer.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I noticed there's no members or donos on your. I just pulled up your stream.
Well,
yeah, it's a slow day.
Thank you so much, Velvet Nightmare. There you go.
Velvet Nightmare. Thank you.
There's members.
Hey, it's name it shell up here. Appreciate the gifted memberships.
Cool.
Yeah.
Look, Rastov, shall we just have the meeting with Nightmare on air?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Guys, gifted members for the content. What the fuck?
We're having the meeting here.
Hey, wait,
Live.
Oh, okay. All right. What up?
We were gonna have a meeting with you in private on what we're gonna do with test. But we figured since they were live and Glammy and CD-ROM are having a pretty uneventful show, we'd make it eventful.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
So how are things with Michelangelo?
Can I be honest with you?
Yes, of course.
Financially terrible.
Financially terrible. Okay. Let's look at
This is the worst week we've had since March.
Oh my God, Test is in last place.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Super
genuinely,
Chat.
like, you know how bad we did in March? This is the worst we've had since March. One of the streams we had this week was actually the worst stream the test has had since I've been employed.
Okay, so Michelangelo is off. His time is done.
Yep. Thank you for your service, Michelangelo.
And then we need to talk co-host. We know you want Josh, but Josh hasn't made any effort whatsoever. He hasn't
He's
talked
confirmed. He has confirmed. It's just a waiting day. I can hold fire till then. I know I can hold fire till then.
Real quick, wait, Nightmare. Michelangelo, you've been terminated.
Okay.
Nightmare just told us in detail that he hates autistic people.
What
and
the
it's been a
fuck?
problem since.
I thought it was out of pocket, but fuck it. I guess.
Oh, and fucking God. One second. Let me turn my camera on so I can visualize this bullshit that I'm fucking feeling right now. What are we doing?
You know what, Michelangelo? You're always welcome over here at Tech.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Until
autistic
you intimidate Glammy, in which case she's going to vote you off the island. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Katsuwatsu.
This is the most autistic show in the network, so you'll fit in well here.
There you go.
But yeah, Michelangelo, you really fucked with Tess money, and for that we applaud you. Good work.
Yeah, punishment successful. Punishment successful.
Thanks for making Nightmare homeless.
Oh God.
Disavow.
Okay, but I need to try to make it so Nightmare can at least pay for his internet. So we're gonna have to let you go, bud. You're off the show.
Yeah.
All right, see you,
You
buddy.
made $50 at least, so that's okay.
Hey, you guys made a bit more than that with his Beyblades. Come on, bro. That shit was fire.
Fuck, it was meant to be $10 a round. He's just playing like 4 or 5 rounds of that. I'm like, dude, save it. He gets 2 in the zone, bro. I'm like, I'm a full on hour watching Beyblade duels.
Okay, so Nightmare, I want you to envision. All right, you're going for a walk in the park. Okay, and in the park there is a turn on the trail, right, where there's a cliff and there's an amazing view. Okay. And you stop for your little walk in the park to go look at the amazing view, right?
Beautiful.
And at the
Okay, here we are towards the end. Michelangelo got kicked out with Tez because it wasn't really bringing that much money. And let's be fair, he's not a good mix for the show. They do mention a guy named John or Josh. Now, for some reason, I would think it would be Josh Pextor, the guy who used to work for Keemstar. I don't know why I thought it was going to be him. It would have been cool because he hasn't been really streaming in a long time, but that's fine. You know, it happens. But just my point is, I guess my real point would be, with Michelangelo being kicked, and again, mind you, this is as I'm recording it, they already did their test stream on Saturday with the guy. So we'll get into that when we get into that, when it probably come out Monday. Yeah, I did it. I watched 24 hours of lolcowlive. No, I watched more than 24 hours of LCU content, and I hate myself for it. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, guy, for I can't even speak. Thank you all. Till next time.